Hello aspirants, welcome to our channel Disc Civil Services in Detail. So let's start today's discussion on the Hindu important current affairs analysis and answer writing strategies. Date 21/2025. So here the important quote we added today for motivation, and this is the Penguin Awareness Day. UPSC most of the times ask species related questions. So we are adding relevant important days as well as few species in the everyday analysis sessions. And these are the list of topics which are highly important for today. And apart from this, there is one more topic on ILO report and investment dip down in private sector. That is one more important topic. As well as we have added few important maps from Indonesia, India, Indonesia perspective, and this Red Sea perspective. And the most important thing which is in news is like the Palestinian Gaza. This is the one more slide we added along with that Indian Ocean region. So let's check it out. As I already discussed, Palestinian Gaza is always in news since last 1 year, and this is high probable topic for this year. And this particular article is giving a crux of these ceasefire relevant perspectives. We are going to discuss about it. And this is one recent unfortunate incident which has happened. So now this article is talking about the workplace safety, basic infrastructure, and basic security of the women at the workplace, and all these things. So these are the most important basic criteria of having a basic criteria and basic facilities which one should have at workplace. So we are going to discuss about these measures of protection of health workers and other administrative guidelines, all these things, security perspectives, all these things in this session. And this is one more important topic which is completely giving a crux of IR. See, I always mention IR plays a very key role in your preparation, whether it's prelims, whether it's mains or interview. And this one particular article is talking about India, Taliban, Afghanistan, Syria, Bangladesh. So it's a kind of giving a crux of India's role and India's membership as a UNSC president and all these things. So when the issue was started between these, what is called this, see, this article is clearly talking. Then Afghanistan, now Syria. This is what they are trying to convey about the basic security and basic this ideology, extremist ideology, and religious concerns and religious perspectives. And most importantly, it has included few other nations also, and talking about Islamic terrorist extremist group, and especially Africa, Asia, and how these finally this Syria or Afghanistan and Bangladesh all are translating these Islamic groups, and how they are handling these terrorist groups and all these things. And as well as this is talking about accountability for implementing UNSCR. And most importantly, it is talking about the United Nations Security Council also, and many other perspectives from Indian way of handling these extreme events and all these things. So we are going to discuss about this too. See, these kind of articles highly important for having a clarity over IR, as well as it giving a crux of what's happening, especially from this Islamic State's perspective. The historian must note that the past has many layers. This is one more such important topic again, which is talking from the basic ideology of historian's perspective, that is most of the time memory plays a key role than history. This has been discussing the professional history, the archaeology, the archives, the text, the manuscripts, and everything. And it is saying whether the incident might be happening in front of the eyes, or it is taking reference from the manuscripts or the archaeological perspectives, the inferences drawn from the evidence from the past. The most of the times issues handled or taken care by the base from the memory. So this article is particularly taking example of Babri Masjid issue and Ayodhya and Supreme Court's final judgment, and how these incidents taken place. So you can quote these particular context or particular article as an example or case study, where it is talking about memory plays role than history. And history again, we draw history or conclude history from the basis or inferences and evidences from the text, manuscripts, archaeology sites, and whatever those what is called these what is called authentic evidence from the sites which we acquire. So we are going to discuss about this also in detail, and this is the highly important topic again because it is involving huge analysis from Akbar's time, and huge analysis from it has given reference of Akbar's time and Babri Masjid issue, and he has also given reference about this Jodhabai and this Navratnas and this Ayodhya and Supreme Court's version. See, I always tell you to go through the editorial, grab the crux, and make a note of important facts and points, and copy paste them in your essays or mains answer, because this is where you have to focus and build your content and copy paste them in your essays, and that should be again relevant, that should be definitely relevant and apt for the demand of the question. Then the examiner will definitely give that extra 1 mark which is helpful for gaining wonderful rank. So we will be discussing about this too. This is one talking about straight unit. See, always tell you this 100 years ago, 50 years ago, highly important. Make a note of all these important facts one place and copy paste in your essays. Insolvency and resolution, highly important. It was in news 2016 to 2018, and that time it appeared repeatedly in editorials and papers like this UPSC framed questions. If you check out these UPSC PYQs, you will definitely get these questions repeatedly there. See, this article is highlighting about few important facts and points of insolvency and bankruptcy code. Actually, IBC has introduced it to tackle NPAs, that is non-performing assets. Sorry, we are going to do a complete topic on this NPAs, which is high probable always and giving a huge challenge to Indian economy's growth. So we'll be definitely doing this. For now, just giving the crux of this article. See, it is giving few points about how this has been introduced to address the challenge of insolvency resolution in a structured manner. And this here they mentioned a recent case or observation. This is what important, and make a note of this fact in your notes. And again, it is talking about this should be meet the realities of bygone era, and it should meet the contemporary demands, and the sanctioned strength, which is 63 members, should whom the time across divide multiple benches and all these things. They has to improve this infrastructure. It is clearly talking about it has to improve the infrastructure, efficiency and work. So then the challenges which are ahead in handling this or implementing this IBC can be handled well, and the main motto of introducing this IBC will be achieved. That is what they are talking in this article, and they have given a few important details and facts again. Sorry, few important facts and details. Check it out. And they are also talking about need for domain expertise, and these are the highlights which they are talking about. Again, these National Company Law Tribunal and National Company Law Appellate Tribunal, highly important. UPSC directly frames a questions on this and ask you which of the following statements comes under IBC, and answer which of the following comes under or not relevant to, which of the following are correct, or which of the following statements are related to. So you just have to be very thorough with these statements and facts, and mainly IBC's motto, objective and functioning and role, all these things very important. Check it out. And most important point here again, they are talking about alternatives, use of space alternatives. I'm going to explain this editorial again very clearly. See, already I'm telling you, editorials take more than 20 minutes for clear cut explanation. So in the weekends we will be planning to, in the weekdays we will be giving a crux of editorials, and in the weekends we will be giving a complete analysis and answer writing of these editorials once again clearly. It's a kind of quick fix revision kind of. So I'm going to discuss about this too. Don't worry. For now, just understand what is IBC is doing all and what these are NPS, because it's a huge challenge again. And what are the other initiatives handled introduced to handle these NPS? We will be discussing about this too. Yes. So next most important topic is Modi Trump meet on Jaishankar's 5 point agenda. Here they are talking about focus is on own interest, especially focusing on world itself rather than competing. They are focusing on building both, having a tackling global challenges and having a common agenda, that is 5 point agenda. And most importantly, they are talking about this futures meeting which is going to happen, and that is artificial intelligence action summit. And they are going to talk about these quad ministries, and they are also focusing on how they are going to build strong relations in the coming days. As Trump's swearing in ceremony is going to happen, we will be having more important facts once we get into action. Definitely then we have to check it out. India US relations, a high probable this year. See, drive to seal rat hole. I already added a slide in about this rat hole mining, highly important. So this year, see, rat hole mining, coal, basics of coal, like what are the types of coal, what are the uses of coal, what are the challenges in extraction of this coal. So what are the initiatives or schemes, and how it is helpful for energy sector. So what is India's energy particularly energy spectrum is doing. So what are the types of energy we are using, what is the highest amount of sector which is utilizing this energy. So what can be done for alternative of these, how we can improve this renewable energy and all. As recently we had done an article discussing about 100% electrifying of railways. So for that also you need coal, so there's a huge demand on coal. And not having proper implications, or not having proper what it's called, taking action immediately after doing this illegal kind of implicit kind of things, people are losing their lives in this rat hole mining kind of. So coal is the basic, coal has the huge demand, and what can be done to reach to the supply of the demand kind of things we have to discuss. Apart from this, coming to this article, okay, rat hole mine is in news. So what is the basic meaning, why people are engaging, what are the rights issues, especially from human perspective and land perspective. So what are the local bodies are doing, and what is the government is doing. So what is the government taking action against the people who are doing this illegally, and what about the people who are having this losing their life and having these repercussion consequences and all. So after that, check it out, still after so many um, doing a lot of groundwork and these what is called humanitarian aid and all these things, still things are happening because of this huge water leakages and all, people are losing life. So what are the areas where rat hole mining is still prevalent, and what can be done to eradicate such kind of practices. So what are the areas now? Earlier it was in news a lot because of the Meghalaya, now it is because of Assam. So check out the locations also. So UPSC asks the questions, gives list of areas and locations, ask which of the following are related to coal mining, especially rat hole mining and all these things, and what can be done to avoid this illegal rat hole mining. These kind of questions they frame. Just be thorough and have a basic clarity about it. Nine navies, highly important, as we had done enough discussion on Indian Ocean region. Indian Ocean region, Indian Pacific region, this year high probable must and should appears on question. So here we will be checking out what's happening. See, here they clearly mentioned about Straits of Malacca, Sunda and Lombok between Indian Ocean and Indian Pacific region. They conducted few multilateral exercises, and these straits are critical choke points as there are the entry and exit into Indian Ocean region. This is what important. I am going to show that location also, because whenever any military exercises happens, make sure you should be able to understand, you should have basic criteria, basic idea about which nations have participated. and what are the uh, weapons they are using, and what kind of exercises they are conducting, and what kind of these what it's called initiatives they are taking. You should be very thorough. And what is the name or theme of the exercise, this is also very much important. And most importantly, check out the location and boundaries. So here they are talking about it is doing mainly for the handling maritime security and handling maritime crisis, where the huge chances of happening these environmental hazards and illegal immigrants is the one more issue, and drug trafficking, and most importantly human trafficking, and even we have seen most PDS related illegal what is called not traffic illegal transfer of activities kind of things, and natural risks such as earthquakes and tsunamis. And other than trafficking, there's a lots of weapon related illegal weapons kind of arms and emissions kind of these things are taking place in this particular region. So to avoid this maritime crisis and to build strong security, they are conducting this operations drills in the particular straits, and highly important from your prelims point of view, and also you can write it as an example in your IR related questions. So I am going to present a slide on IOR, Indian Ocean Region 2. I'm extremely sorry, I have still unable to mm, recover. I have still high temperature and severe cold cough. I'm hardly managing to attend the session, but I really want my students should not miss the consistency. That's why I'm hardly able to sit, but that's why I'm trying to complete these sessions. At least instead of missing, you should do something related to current affairs. And yes, as I already mentioned, this Palestinian and this Gaza highly important this year. Without any hesitation, you check it out. Most importantly, map, that is location, boundaries, and rivers, mountains, and also important these Golan Heights, because all these are related to this Israel, Palestine, Gaza, and this Gaza Strip and everything. We are going to discuss about it very clearly. This year, it is high probable topic for both prelims, mains, and interview. So now, after ceasefire, after 1.5 year of war, even the ceasefire is a big relief to the people who lost lakhs of lives. It's a kind of huge loss to not even human kind, but also it's a huge loss to economy of the nation. See, recently we had done an article which is talking about basics of NATO. It has started from the natural disaster to human made disasters of earlier tsunami 2004 tsunami to early these latest Gaza issue. They even mentioned from the earliest Nagasaki Hiroshima issue to latest this Israel Palestinian Hamas issue. So here they are, in this article they clearly mentioned always the scientists who are developing the NATO or developing the nuclear related warhead should focus on humanity and humanitarian grounds, and they always feel like humanity is first. It should not be completely wiped out because of the inventions which they are doing. So again that article is again applicable to this. See, it's a huge loss because of this war. It's a huge loss to the future generations. What about the children there? What about the sea? In India we are still studying about Bhopal gas tragedy, and we still seeing the repercussions and consequences of the incident. So just imagine, it's a small, it's not small, it's an incident which uh, completely shaken the whole state and nation. So just imagine, it's a war which is happening since 1.5 year, and how much damage and loss it have caused to the nature and to the humankind. economy we can develop now or later, but what about the loss done to the humankind? What about the future generations? What about the children's? What about the people who are living there? Just imagine. And this particular chart is talking about the percentages of damage caused to the cities, especially in the sectors of infrastructure, and it is also talking about the trucks which entered into the city for humanitarian assistance. So this particular chart is giving a facts and percentages and data of that. So this is the most unfortunate which we are discussing now, but you have to mention these points in your mains answer, and you have to write these things like deaths, displacements, hunger, and huge loss to the mankind is what we are gaining from war. So we should not, instead of focusing on war, we should focus on peace. See, this article again you connect to immigrants, hostages, and refugees, all these things. We are going to discuss about it in clear. For now, just check it out, the important facts because of the ceasefire announced. And one more important topic is in this particular topic, after this ceasefire they are going to be taking a steps of actions like releasing these hostages and releasing these what is called these people from both the sides, and how the UNOSAT is going to be carried out these particularly Gaza Rafah issues and all these things. So definitely it's high important, and access to basic food, basic needs, especially food, was like challenge for them. So classification report has been released and few facts have been released, and all these things make a note in one place and try to include it in your current affair notes, and write whenever you feel like it's important in writing mains answer. You can write it in environmental related or international IR related or society related or some message related to women, child of future generations or SDGs and all these things. You can quote it. See, beauty of the syllabus itself is like you can interconnect and interrelate every topic to one another. And this ceasefire they are definitely going to do. So highly important. Just have a idea about it. See, this is the Red Sea which was in news 2 days back. I thought to add again map, highly important. Check out the location, boundaries and nearby cities, and mostly important this Gulf of Aden and Gulf of Suez. Suez Canal always high probable, and this Gulf of Aqaba and the cities. I think Djibouti, Eritrea, Sudan, and Saudi Arabia, Egypt. There's a code called DESI or something for the cities which are boundaries of this Red Sea. See, sorry, Red Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Aral Sea, Dead Sea. Always high probable. Always. And this Caribbean Sea. Always high probable. Check it out the location, boundaries, and the countries. The most important topic from today's point of view is this Red Sea. These are the nations which I am talking about, the boundaries. And as I told you, this Gaza highly important this year. So have a clear cut idea about the boundaries and the seas. As I already mentioned, Golan Heights highly important, and Golan Heights was PYQ, UPSC PYQ. See, please save these pictures and make a note of all these important places in news. Places in news in your current affairs notebook, and try to revise them as many times as possible, because whenever someone is asking you what are the countries bordering Red Sea or what are the nations bordering Mediterranean Sea, you should not check out for the mnemonic or shortcut. The image should immediately reflect in your mind, and the moment they ask, this image should reflect in your brain or mind, and you immediately draw a conclusion, and immediately response or answer should come out from your math. Yes, these are the nations which are boundaries kind of. And this year, highly important, this Gaza Palestinian. Please make a note of this as high probable topic and repeatedly do the what is called location relevant questions. Golan Heights was, as I already told, PYQ, high chances of appearing in expected questions of competitive exams again. This is world map. You definitely have a clarity about the location of the different nations and the nations which are in use. So that's why I added. We'll be explaining and having thorough sessions on this world map too soon, both physical and political. This is one important area from economy and S&T perspective. As Trump is going to bring a huge changes, we are going to discuss about this because it having high chances of appearing in your mains as well as prelims. So we'll be discussing about it too. And Sambal violence, I already mentioned. Sambal mosque is in news. And one more important thing is like Aligarh Muslim University. It was also in news. And Manipur ethnic violence was in news. All these are high probable topics from both prelims and mains point of view. And last 4 months, these are repeatedly in newspaper, both in editorial and in current affairs session. We are going to discuss about these things. And from when you are doing this, check it out, the acts, the amendments, and Supreme Court's judgments related to this, and what are the bodies and what are the challenges and reasons for the happenings. Check out the what are the challenges and what are the reasons happening because of which these incidents are happening, and as well as check out the measures taken by the locals as well as the government of India, and check out what the CRPF and Assam Rifles are doing in handling this Manipur. As today there is an article where CRPF new chief appointed. So highly important for competitive exams and from persons in news perspective. And in 4 5 days, there's a female figure in news where they are talking about is she Poonam Pandey or something? Is she SPG chief or CRPF chief? Is she into Modi's SPG team or Honorable President's security? So there's a lots of discussion going about that particular image when it was shared by Kangana Ranaut in social media. So finally they came to realize that she is a CRPF personnel who cleared the exam and she is the topper of the batch and she has been appointed as president's personal security now. So these kind of things you should definitely have an idea of what's happening and all these things. So just have a clarity of these different departments, different their roles, or organizations, their roles, their functions, and how they are handling these local violences and all. Again, this farmers protest highly important this year. You will be definitely having a question on this. We had done enough discussion, but again we are doing it from what is the main reason for this protest, what are their demands, what government is saying, and what these farmers are saying. So what are the main challenges? Apart from that, how it can be tackled? So what is the role of Supreme Court or the advisory bodies which are involving to solve this? And finally, what they are expecting is a national policy framework for agriculture marketing. So what are their main demands and how it can be achieved, and what are the main see, even the Supreme Court when recently told that instead of you asking him to withdraw, it comes under basic right to fight for his basic rights, which comes again under satyagraha. So strike, hunger strike comes under satyagraha. You are not allowed to question him or you are not allowed to ask him to stop, which is again they have quoted few Madras related and Allahabad related high courts verdicts, and they said instead of asking him to stop, you sort out the problems and give a solution to these protest. So we are going to discuss giving a complete analysis on this topic too, as it is again high probable. As I already mentioned, Indo-Pacific region is always in news since long time, and India is having a lot to build itself strong in the Indo-Pacific region, especially in the maritime security. And it's a kind of, we are focusing a lot on global south-south, Indo-Pacific region, all these things, definitely high probable area. So these are the nations comes under, and what are the activities or sea trade route relevant initiatives done by Indian government recently to acquire this command in this region. We definitely have to go through them once, whether it's exercises, whether it's Sagar Parikrama, whether it's projects which are relevant to, or whether it's recent infrastructural developments or big projects like Andaman Nicobar, Great Nicobar projects kind of. You should definitely have a clarity about this initiatives done by Indian government to acquire strong command over these regions, as well as what other nations are doing to build themselves strong is also important. Just have a clarity and just have a basic glance of these important facts, important for prelims. Yes, this ILO report highly important. This report is talking about migrants especially, and this is highly important again in different perspective. I am going to tell you this. See, here they clearly mentioned global estimates on international migrant workers released. This report has been released by ILO. So UPSC directly frames a question. Global estimates on international migrant workers report released by which of the following organization? A. ILO, B. IMF, C. World Bank, D. Something else, UN or something, UNSC or something they will say, UN. You should have a clarity about these reports, indices, and most importantly, the observations and the facts given from those reports. Not only important for prelims, also you can quote them in your mains answers. And if the board is asking something related to labor participation or migrants related, definitely in interview also you can quote these as a recent observations from your side. So this particular article is talking about observations of international migrants from recent studies, and it has given age based, gender based perspectives, and it is given facts and percentages of the different age groups and gender based, as well as it is talking about the different economic sectors which are attracting huge numbers of migrants is first of all service sector, and the nations which are attracting the huge number of these IMs are high income countries like rich nations, or else we can also called as developed nations. So reasons again for immigrants or international migrants are might be definite, maybe the economic perspective or the religious perspective or the cultural perspective, or because of the shelter kind of, definitely there might be definite different reasons for these migrants. So for now just check it out, this report is highlighting the gender based, race based immigrants, sorry, migrants, international migrants from different nations to different nations, and especially in the service sector. That's it. And these are the few facts, and just check it out and make a note. Highly important, these kind of reports and indices, please make sure that you should maintain a clarity of facts in your brain. Whenever something happens, you immediately have to be able to identify the right option. Yes, something else I thought to add today. Yes, there was also a topic related to this, what is called, one second, I'm just trying to change the ink. Yes, so there's one more report which is World Future Skills Index 2025 report released by London based QS, that is Quacquarelli Simons. It is talking about skill based and skill development or educational or job related details everything, and it is talking one of the perspective is future of work. And this indices, US is the first nation and India is the second nation, I mean playing taking the second role. So these kind of indexes and reports highly important from exam point of view. We will be giving a complete analysis of recent reports, surveys, indices or indexes, and what are the places or persons in news, along with acts and amendments, also the bills. All these are which are recently in news, along with last 2 to 3 years of current affairs. We'll be covering as much early as possible. I sincerely request everyone to maintain the consistency for attending the sessions regularly. Even if I'm not able to do, I'll definitely make sure some at least try to upload at least important crux or analysis of these topics, so that it will not be like a hindrance to your preparation. So please maintain consistency, do your part very genuinely and honestly, and rigorously attend the sessions, and please do repeated revisions of your current affairs notes. We will be uploading everything in our Telegram channel too. Kindly attend the quiz and test there, and make sure you should be able to identify the right option in your exam. Once the prelims done, half marathon done. It's most important clearing the prelims. I hope I'm clear. So this year you should be definitely able to clear the prelims, then mains, then interview. 2025 should be the golden year for all of you. I sincerely wish all of you all the best, and just get the desired government job you are aspiring for. I sincerely wish all the best, and please maintain discipline and consistency in your preparation. Whatever you require to clear the exam, we are here to provide the 100% support and guidance to you for free, provided you should be a genuine aspirant. I hope I'm clear. We'll be uploading each and every topic very clearly every day. Please do follow and maintain a notes and do revision of at least 10 to 15 minutes every day after the class. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.